July 11th, 2025. We had a gap down start the day, and I don't trade before bar seven. It obviously ended up being a spike, a pullback, and a channel day. Channels, we got four legs up: one pullback, two pullback, three pullback, four. However you want to count it. Some people, would count it one, two, three, four, but we got a lot of bull legs. The majority of the day was a bull channel. Bars one, two, and three are a 3-bar micro channel for the Bears. It's not lit up because there was a bar 81 yesterday, and I just haven't changed the coding yet, and I'm probably not going to because it's unusual that this happens. But the bars 1, 2, and 3 were a 3-bar micro channel. Obviously, this ended up being a loser. There was one loser today, 2, 3, and I don't know if I'd consider this a win. I would just consider this a wash. There was 3 losses today, and how many trades total? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so the 3-bar micro channel worked, or of 11. So I'm a mathematician, but 7 divided by 11 is about 75%, or 8 out of 11, I believe. Yeah, 8 out of 11 is about 72%. So a little bit lower than normal today. Bar 4, a large outside up bar, closing near its high. If you are short, you have to get out above bar 4. It's a big surprise for the bulls, so most traders would look to exit above bar 4. 5 is confirmation for the bulls. It's follow through. Some traders might look to buy on the limit order around the 3 high, but they do not get filled. 6, 3-bar micro channel. It's larger. The tail on 1 is huge, but the bodies are much larger on 4, 5, and 6, although we do have a pause. I did not take 6 because, as I've said a bunch of times, I don't trade before bar 7. But I thought 6 was okay because it came off of a reversal. Reversals are a lot better on before bar 7. So breakouts don't work as well, and reversals end up working real well a lot of the time. 9, 10, and 11. I did take bar 11. I thought that bar 5 was, it could be looked at as a pause, so you could see this as a late leg. However, in my study, I would acknowledge this as a pause, but I would not consider this leg 2, pullback 3. I would call this leg 2 in my study. So I did buy the close of 11, calling it leg 2. My plan basically was if we get another leg up, one of the mistakes that I made for a little while, I still make, I'm trying to get better. I would consider, any trade I would take, I would think of it as leg 1 if it wasn't leg 3. So if you're buying 11, it's leg 2. So you should get at least one more leg up, but 13 could be it. That could be the only leg you get. So 14, bear bar closing near its low. It's, you don't have to get out below 14. I waited for 15. Had 15 closed stronger, I would have gotten out below 15. But 15 did not close strong enough. It's also the first trend line break of a really, real strong micro channel that's going to get a second leg. So I kind of wanted to give it pretty much every chance to bounce. But once I got 16, I got out. I did not like bar 16. It's a little too much. So when you get a 4-bar for me, when you get a 3-bar micro channel against in a situation like this, yes, we might still go higher, but if the bulls were really strong, this wouldn't be happening. And so 17, another big bear bar. 18 is more of a sell to close bar. Yes, the bulls need a second leg, but the bears are also going to need a second leg from this, and theirs is the most recent, so they should get a second leg first. 19 and 20 consecutive fair bars. We probably have to go one tick below 20, and 21 was a big surprise bar. I thought 21 was more likely. If you were watching, 21 got really, really large in the past. It was sitting around here for maybe the first 3 minutes of the bar. And then the last minute or so, it just plunged down to here. I was considering sitting out of it when it was sitting up here because I thought that this was pretty strong, or this is pretty strong. However, when it got, this large and it's clearly leg 2, we might get a third leg. Yes, second leg traps occur in trading ranges, and that's what happened here. But I did sell the close of 21, and I scaled in on 22 and 23. 22 is a swing trade, so it's not a high probability trade. If you do take it, you're definitely looking to get up here. But 3-bar micro channels like this, they have I believe it's 81% chance of getting one tick below the low of the micro channel. The way I measured it would be like the 22 low. So now, granted, the market, you're using it 150% stop loss, so it's just 81% chance that we get below here before we get all the way up here, which is very fair. for the majority of the time. So 22 is a swing trade. 23, like I said, I was scaling in all the way up. I was really hoping it didn't close strong. And once it sold off, I thought it's possible that the bulls who bought above 22 might be disappointed in 23 and look to exit. And they didn't have to do much. We would have just had to get back. My target was like right here, 2 ticks above that price. So it's basically a little bit below the 21 low. And once I got 23, I thought 23 was a really good bar for the bears because it's a disappointing bar for the swing bulls who bought above 22. However, on 24, the bears want to see some sort of bear close, ideally below its midpoint. When it's selling off and the bulls are aggressively buying, this is a problem. And 24 is not a very good bar for the bears. It's a high one, so it's not enough for me to exit. I would waited for it to get follow through, but once I got 25, I exited on the close of 25. 24 is really not a very good bar though. That made me that was a big problem. Once I had 23, I thought my trade was still high probability. 24 definitely changed the probabilities, and obviously 25. 26 is a really good 3-bar micro channel, and this is an area where I can improve. And just I used to only focus on context and not care about my setup and anything like that, and I take swing trades and scalps and all these things that I really wasn't that good at. And I'm a little too focused nowadays on just the setup. And so 24, 25, and 26 to me, this is a really good 3-bar micro channel. And I see a bunch of 3-bar micro channels every day, and 24, bars like 25 and 26 aren't all that common. So I did still buy the close of 26. The problem, however, is that we're going to get a deep pullback because of how strong this is. It was a 3-bar micro channel on the 15-minute chart and a really tight channel down. So we're probably in the spike pullback and now maybe in the channel phase. So I could improve on not buying the close of 26 and just looking to add on the deep pullback. I mean, I still did very well on this trade. I bought the close and I scaled in 3 times. And then I got a symmetrical second leg up, which it was somewhere over here. I think it was a couple of points, maybe a point above the 31 high. It was somewhere in this area. So I still did well in the trade, but I could look to add a larger position down here. We obviously have a 3-bar micro channel against me. It wasn't very strong, but it was a 3-bar micro channel. So probably sellers above. And you can see the bulls got basically a half an hour up to the 27 low and then an outside down bar 31. 31, possibly a second leg trap. The bears had a second leg trap earlier. This is 2 legs up, so might be in sort of a 2-legged sort of day. 42, I thought it was 3 legs up, 1, 2, 3, or 1 pullback, 2 pullback, 3. So either way you look at it, I thought it was 3 legs up. I thought we were going to convert into a trading range at some point. So if I was going to buy, I was not going to buy the close. So I ended up just sitting out of the trade. Obviously, it came back and tested the first bar. Pretty much a lot of the deep pullbacks today came back and tested the first bars of the micro channel. Happened to get over here. Excuse me. We get 3 legs up just from this pullback 2, pullback 3, and pullback 4 even. Yeah, hard to stay long after 47. I think I would look at it as 1 pullback 2, pullback 3, and then reversal. So hard to stay long. You could exit below 47. If you wait, it's really hard to stay long after 50 in my mind. So yes, it's on the bull channel line, but that's a pretty strong bear bar. And, channels convert into trading ranges. So you're kind of waiting for it to convert into a trading range and you're trying not to get trapped when it does, which happened over here. I did sell 51 and I scaled in and I took the half an hour exit after 53. I was willing to take the 0.5 hour exit and I ended up getting 2 more scale-ins filled, and then I got out during 55, basically around this price. So I took a small loss on this trade, and I ended up with a loss on the day. I had a really, really great day yesterday, and I gave back a little less than half of it, or about half of it today, which is fine. This is a day that's going to be, these sort of broader channel days are where my system it shakes me out a little too much. And obviously, this, I don't think, this isn't a high probability trade. And even if, especially once we get 23, odds are we're going to test back somewhere down here, at least the 21 close, and we did not. So I was pretty okay with everything I did today. I think I followed what I wanted to do. I did not take 63. It's, 3 or 4 legs up, however you look at it. So, and I don't trade after bar 65. So 66 I did not take. But after 4 legs up, some traders might sell. And you get that. The daily chart. You can see we might be getting that second leg I was mentioning from above the high. You can see there are probably buyers below this 3-bar micro channel. I would imagine we're still probably going to get maybe back to the close of July 7th. But again, maybe we'll get a tick below it. I'm not really sure. But it's going to be, this is a minor reversal regardless. This breakout bar is going to be a minor reversal. Very high probability. And some traders would argue this is a fresh breakout and disappointing bull bar or bear bar. So this is a buy the close bar. We'll see though, because it could be a very late leg. So next week will be telling if we start to collapse down. It's possible we go test this breakout point, but there will be buyers at this price if we go there. So expect there to be buyers if we collapse to that. But I'm not really, I'll have to see how the next week starts. All right, that's it.